back to the Wrestling Rundown. We are finally at the go-home show to Fastlane, which will be this Sunday on the WWE Network for the low, low price of $9.99, except for those morons that are paying $54.99 for pay-per-view. We're talking about Smackdown. This is the Smackdown Rundown.
Travis Colt!
What
matches happened?
We had the League of Nations defeat the Lucha Dragons and Dolph Ziggler in six-man action as Kevin Owens was on commentary, caused a distraction,
He was funny!
allowing Sheamus to hit a bro kick on Dolph Ziggler.
Space weather!
With Sasha Banks defeat Tamina. We had Chris Jericho defeat The Miz. We had Charlotte defeat Natalya. And we had The Shoal defeat the Dudley Boys by disqualification. So we'll talk about this.
Two DQs in the main events of both going home shows.
Yeah.
Fastlane. Seems like they really, really care about Fastlane.
Well, Fastlane seems like a pretty simple pay-per-view. We'll get to that because coming up next we're going to have predictions. So look forward to that. But let's talk about some Diva stuff. We had Sasha taking on Tamina in singles action. Tamina had Naomi in her corner. Becky Lynch was not present.
Naomi looking bootylicious.
Yeah, tights, as if her ass wasn't big enough. Tights just accentuate the size. But yeah, Sasha Banks versus Tamina. A good show for both these girls. Tamina able to show her strength because Sasha is one of the smaller girls on the roster.
Yeah.
But Sasha able to use her quickness and the fact that she is small, she was able to kind of use it to her advantage because she'd go for a wheelbarrow bulldog and actually use that to set up for the bank statement and get Tamina to tap out, which was a fantastic setup for that move. And we get the 2-on-1 beatdown. Becky Lynch comes out and makes the save, runs off both Naomi and Tamina.
And Sasha's not happy about it.
Yeah, she tries to help Sasha up.
I hate you for saving me from getting beat up.
What the fuck? We actually had Becky confront Sasha in the back, like, what was that out there? And she's like, we're not friends. I didn't need your help out there. And Becky's like, no, that's the thing. We do need each other, so we can get past this and move on to other stuff. Because both of them want their WrestleMania moment. So in order to get to the championship spot, they have to deal with the situation at hand. So they ultimately realize we're not friends, but hey, neither of us like losing, so let's team up. We'll beat Naomi and Tamina on Sunday, and then we'll move on, and one of us, probably both of them, will end up at WrestleMania against the Divas Champion.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of the Divas Champion, that'd be awesome. Speaking of the Divas Champion, she went against Natalya.
Yeah, I'm going to be real. I appreciated this episode of SmackDown because we had both Tamina and Natty work matches.
Yes.
And they're two of the least utilized good wrestlers that they have as far as the Divas division.
And especially watching Natty go against Charlotte. The fact that you've got two women from wrestling royalty going out there and being able to show what they can do, a fantastic show of chemistry between these two.
Yeah.
It was great back and forth. Charlotte ends up using a Ric Flair tactic to get the advantage. Natty's on the apron. She ends up pulling the apron out from under her, which kind of like slips her leg down and messes it up. She stumbles back into the ring, but Charlotte's able to use that and set up for the figure 8, getting Natty to tap out. And both Divas matches ended with a submission.
Wrestling.
Yeah. And Charlotte is... I don't know if she actually like beat Natty down anymore. She was just...
No, she started doing the...
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Daniel Bryan,
yeah, she started doing the yes chant, and as soon as that happened, Brie ended up coming out and went full catfight mode on Charlotte and started whooping the shit out of her. Actually, Ric Flair ends up like trying to help Charlotte out of the ring as Brie is going for her running knee, and it happened so fast that Ric Flair ended up falling over.
He looked like a goddamn Humpty Dumpty.
An old leathery Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty if you were the beanbag chair instead of an egg.
But
a beanbag chair and a nice soup.
But the crowd was really on Brie's side, which I appreciate. And I'm really hoping... Unfortunately, we now know that Brie is looking to retire soon, especially with Daniel Bryan done. They want to go off and they want to do their own thing. But I'm hoping that Sunday is a good showing for Brie, so we can at least realize that she's the better Bella, and I want the stigma to come off of her that she's not the greatest wrestler, because she has great moments. She just doesn't get a chance to show it when her sister's getting all the spotlight.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, and I can totally understand her reasoning on wanting to step away from WWE.
Well, yeah.
Because if you look at it, it's like right now, both her husband and her sister are in places where she could be a lot more beneficial being at home.
Yeah, being able to take care of them, yeah. Yeah, and especially with Nikki's return in question, whether or not she's going to make a full recovery, and knowing that Daniel Bryan is officially done. It's, I can understand why Brie is in the position she's in, but
it's not to say that she couldn't make a comeback at some point, because
true.
I mean, this is the Bellas, technically their second run in WWE, because they did leave at one point.
Yeah, I actually met them just before they made their return to WWE, so we'll see what happens. We had Chris Jericho come out to deliver the news that everyone's been wondering about since Raw. Is he going to accept the challenge from AJ Styles?
And his answer is
no.
Oh, I was going to say his answer was a match against The Miz, but...
Well, I didn't let you finish, and you didn't let me finish. I was going to say no, because The Miz came out.
Oh, wow. The answer was The Miz.
Yeah, that's a horrible answer. That should never be the answer unless it's who do you hate almost all the time you see them.
Titus O'Neil.
That's an acceptable answer, too. He's suspended right now. Alex Riley, you only have to see once a week.
Mojo Rawley.
Mojo, you only have to see once a week also.
Miz.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Miz, you could potentially see at least twice, if not 3 times a week.
Oh, fuck.
I know, right? No, Miz comes out and says, you don't have to worry about AJ Styles because right now you have a scheduled match against me, in which Jericho was...
I'm glad that, this... After Thomas bringing it to light about the way WWE books their shows, just the idea that Jericho, for some reason, wouldn't know that he had a match, but still showed up to the ring in his full ring gear.
Yeah, doing his full entrance in his gear, but
not knowing he had a match.
Yeah. And then, not only that, Michael Cole actually made a comment like, is this match, or maybe it wasn't Michael Cole, maybe it was Byron Saxton. Someone said, is this actually a match, or are we going to see this? And I was like, well, Miz did just say it was a scheduled match, so yeah. Yeah, Michael Cole, so glad you're taking Morrow's spot for the night, you fucking moron.
Well, who else do they have?
Rich.
Would it have been better?
Yes. Because Rich is a commentator and less of a moron.
Alright.
Jericho ended up beating The Miz with a... I loved the setup to this finish.
Yeah,
Miz was in control, had Jericho in the corner, and was going for his corner clothesline, where he usually jumps through the top and middle rope. But with the jumping motion, Jericho was actually able to step out, grab his legs, drop him down spinebuster style, and then set up the walls of Jericho, getting Miz to tap out. That's 3 submission victories on SmackDown.
Yeah, and it's also 3 submission losses in a row for The Miz.
Yeah, because he lost twice to AJ.
Yeah, with the calf crusher and then to the walls of Jericho.
Miz is a little bitch. But then Jericho is finally able to say, okay, I'm going to give my answer, but I want AJ out here in the ring so I can say it to his face. AJ Styles makes his way down. Jericho says, I understand we are 1-1. I know you want the rematch. You want the rematch to prove that you're great. Well, my answer is no. And the crowd goes, what? Really? And AJ is like, really? And then AJ beats the fuck out of Jericho. Punches, slaps, kicks, chops, knocks him out of the ring, and then Jericho goes, fine, Styles, you want that, you're going to regret it, but my answer is yes. So we are officially getting AJ Styles versus Jericho, number 3, this Sunday at Fastlane.
How fast they changed Chris Jericho into a heel?
He's not really a heel. He's trying to play the heel, but the crowd is still very much behind him.
Yeah.
Because the crowd was cheering for him when he came out. But then it was, oh, we really want this match, so let's cheer for AJ Styles and piss off Jericho a little bit more, and then he'll give us the match we want. So he's a tweener, technically.
Yeah,
all right.
Said wiener.
What are you, 12? Jesus.
I feel like I've
Then,
heard that before.
okay, so we have the overarching storyline. Our main event is the Dudley Boys taking on the Shold after the attack on Roman Reigns on Monday night. We had Roman and Dean, talking. Roman's like, "Hey, have you cooled off from Monday night? I'm not holding it against you, and I know you've had a rough week, and Dean's like, yeah, I just gotta get my mind right." And Dean starts walking away, and he turns a corner, and he comes across Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman wants him to know that Brock Lesnar is at SmackDown.
What do you mean that Brock Lesnar is at SmackDown?
Yeah.
Like he was advertised?
Twice?
Oh God! And like on Raw and last week on SmackDown.
Oh man,
he was advertised at all of those times. But he's there.
And Dean Ambrose even kind of had that same reaction, like, Brock Lesnar, he's here, like tonight, like, oh man, you know Brock Lesnar, you know the Dudleys.
Give me some advice.
Give me some advice. What should I do? And like every time he touched Paul Heyman, Heyman's like Heyman was jumpy.
He was freaking Heyman out.
He was like so worried that Dean was just gonna lose his shit and beat the crap out of him.
But it was funny because it was fairly un-Dean Ambrose like behavior.
Yeah, and
so he was scared.
So Heyman doesn't say anything, and Dean's like, "So you're not gonna help me? You're not gonna? All right. I guess I'll just have to figure it out myself." And and then he like kept pointing at him. He's like, "He's here, right? You wouldn't be messing with me.
You're not gonna let me down, are you? You're my guy.
You're my guy." One of the best Dean Ambrose segments. And then we go into our main event. A decent tag team match. Nothing special happened in the match.
Yeah, it makes me wish, though, watching it, because they worked fairly well together, it makes me wish that the Dudley Boys would have been around while the Shield was still a thing.
No joke. Yeah.
Not just for the fact that the Dudley Boys would have been a few years younger, but just like the fact that if you would have had that different dynamic, I think, of the Dudley Boys being the faces and the Shield still having all that heat from interrupting all the matches and beating everybody up.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to see this tag team match again. It was a decent tag match, and if you don't have the triple threat looming over them, where they have to focus on becoming possibly WWE champion, could lend itself to the match as well. But as Roman Reigns is setting up for a spear on Devon, I believe, Brock Lesnar's music comes off, whatever. Comes on, there we go.
His face.
That's weird. Him and Paul Heyman are making their way down, and this actually allows the Dudley Boys to get the slight advantage. Roman Reigns ends up on the outside and ends up getting attacked by Brock Lesnar. And the timekeeper decided it was a disqualification because the referee didn't call for the bell for shit. He's just trying to tell people to stop doing things.
Lesnar then dismantles both men with German suplex.
Yes. And then Roman gets his wits about him. He's about to go for a spear on Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar sidesteps and actually shoves Roman into Dean Ambrose, in which Dean Ambrose responds to try and set up for dirty deeds. Roman doesn't appreciate that and ends up getting hitting Dean Ambrose with a Samoan drop. He ends up getting up and getting...
Fivied.
Did he get the F5? Oh yeah, I guess Dean was done after the Samoan drop. He ends up getting the F5.
The goddamnedest Samoan drop I've ever seen.
And Brock Lesnar is about to walk away, leaving the destruction in the ring, and we get the WWE World Heavyweight Champion Triple H staring at all three participants in this Sunday's Triple Threat from the top of the ramp. So
now there's another match I would want to see from that same era where they had a couple years back when the Shield was still a thing.
What's that?
I was thinking if Paul Heyman was in their corner, having the Dudleys and Lesnar versus the Shield as a 6-man tag.
Ooh, I'm okay with that.
I think there'd be funness to be had, especially if they made it like the TLC or like elimination tables match.
ECW style hardcore match. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But yeah, that's really it for SmackDown.
Yeah.
Not too much. Gave us some good build and some stuff.
They also announced that we're going to have a 6-man tag at Fastlane between the Wyatt family members Braun Strowman, Eric Rowan, and Luke Harper versus Ryback, Kane, and The Big Show.
Yes. So
it'll be one of the biggest cumulative 6-man tags that have been in WWE history.
Yeah, the fact that Ryback is the smallest guy in this match says a lot about this match. So we look forward to that. That'll be in our next video, which will be the Fastlane predictions. Thanks for watching this one. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment what you thought about the...
Write it on your computer screen.
Don't do that.
It'll transfer into comment
that'll ruin your computer unless you have like a Palm Pilot type
whiteout
thing. No.
If it ruins it, you can put whiteout on it.
Just don't listen to him. Comment what you thought about SmackDown. Comment what you think about Fastlane. Save your predictions for the next video, which you can find up in the playlist. Because we have Raw review, midweek wrap-up, SmackDown rundown, Fastlane predictions next, followed by an indie news. If you want updates to any of those videos, check out the links down in the description. Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, emails,
talking about Zelda,
and a podcast. Podcasts are up. Check them out if you want to listen to our voices instead of see on our faces.
Yeah, that's me most of the time.
I
don't even want to look at my own face.
I agree. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you, hopefully, at Fastlane predictions.
Yeah, at least my face is better than Alex Riley.
Fuck Alex Riley.
Fuck him.
Fuck it.